Thanks for coming back for Chief Artisan Thursday. Here's a bonus episode for those that just want to hear a little bit more.
Okay, everyone. So we've been talking about loving yourself first, loving self first, self love, all about self love. And so, in being the go getter that I am and go giver, what I learned recently that I am, I've learned that there are four general types of people within humanity that are admirable because we are so great. And I'm found in this, and I'm sure you're going to find yourself in this category too. Yet, because we are go getters and go givers, we still need assistance to know how to love ourselves while we're conquering the world. And so these are the four categories. And what I'm going to give you are ways in which you can get in contact with what's great about yourself in this space, but also maybe blind spots and how you can correct them in order that you're not leaving out your self-love in any capacity, no matter what type of person you are. So here we go. So the first is a striver. So, if you're a striver, we kind of talked about this actually on part one. So, listen to that section if you want to get more about that striving mentality. So, if you're a striver, not any judgment about this. What that means, I just referenced the term go getter. You're a go getter, you relish accomplishment, you got to do lists, people, you are known for getting things done. And that's great. But sometimes the blind spots of that can be is that you lose yourself in the activity that's not like a task to cross off your list or not, something that you can see tangibly that got done. So, recommendation for the striver is that you in keeping in the capacity of your to-do list, make a TLC. We know that it's tender loving care, right? To-do list, actually a TLC, to-do list of 25 tasks that you will commit to do for one Saturday per week, every week, or 6 months. Okay, for 6 months out. So that is what the striver can do in order to make sure that you are cultivating that self love. And just for creativity and spontaneity's sake, like don't plan it out in advance. Like decide that Saturday morning what you're going to do on your 25 TLC task list just for you, just for you. The next person, you are a nurturer. I understand all about this. I'm a professional helper. So, nurturers and women, I want you to really tune in for this because we're known for our nurturance, right? But what is also known for the women is that those who have chronic stress also have weaker immune systems. And so being ill and being sick is not hot. Like there's nothing cute about that. So for the nurturer, what I want you to do is make a list of everything you've done for others this week, and then also make yourself that another list of what you've done for yourself. And if it's not balanced, then you need to put that in check and make sure that you make it balanced. Either cross out some things that you are doing for others that are not necessarily life or death or, mandated, and maybe add some more things onto your list that you can do for yourself to help balance that out because it's all about the balance. It's all about the balance. The next person is the romantic. You romantic people, not necessarily in just a lovey-dovey way, but just you're just a lover of people and all things. And so what happens sometimes is that you're an optimist, you see the upside of everything, and that's wonderful. But sometimes you can ignore unpleasantries, and that causes you to just kind of gloss over the problems, but they're still there. Okay. You've already always heard about there's a big pink elephant in the room and nobody's saying anything about this. So, in order to avoid that, you want to and not have that anxiety because it does produce anxiety even if you're attempting to ignore it. So, you can't avoid your stressors. You can't ignore them. You have to learn how to manage them and navigate them properly. So, I want you to make a list of 3 problems or worries that you've been ignoring, trying to avoid, trying to gloss over. Oh, it'll be better. Oh, it'll be okay. Forget that. Just make the list, okay, of 3 of them that keeps on revisiting you, and then write down one step to fix each one of them, okay? So you become a solutionist. So you're not just, one who ignores problems. You're a solutionist, and you see everything as an opportunity. So that's what I want you to do as the romantic for that your self love. And lastly, my beautiful peacekeepers. The peacekeepers who are skilled listeners, such as myself, you're adaptable, you can bend and flex and morph, and you just want everyone to be happy, and that is your thing. No problem. But while you're doing that and keeping the peace in the world, you can sometimes overlook what you really want because you're trying to make sure everybody else is happy. So away with that, okay? Like, don't. All right, nothing wrong with that, but it's a little off, okay? It's a little imbalanced. So in order to bring the balance back to that self-love, I want you, peacekeeper, to take yourself on a solo date. I want you to pick one afternoon and have it all be about catering to yourself. And so, what's happening as you do this, you are cultivating an atmosphere of going back to research, of being intentionally alone that brings creativity and self discovery. Self discovery, why is that so important for the peacekeeper? Because then you get to pay attention to what you really want, what you like, what you need, and not everyone else's. Okay. And so, the goal here is to be consciously listening. When you do that on purpose, you're going to start to be more aware of your own voice. You're going to be able to be aware of what you need and desire so that you're able to say it whenever it is necessary. You're able to say it to one person or you're able to say it to 100 people. There is power in standing in that power of choice. And that's what power of choice is all about. Then you speak up when you need to because you're listening to your needs and desires and you are perfecting practice and staying true to yourself. And so, if you are in any one of those four categories, and I know you are, you have identified yourself, then pay attention to the strategies for self love so that you can remain who you are. That's a part of your DNA. You can't change that, but you can always maintain the balance that makes you win win every time. In coaching, that's called level 5 energy. That means everybody's winning or nobody is playing. So make sure that you are doing things to say, hey, I win and you can too. And nobody's losing out.
Wow. If that
Good
doesn't leave
guy.
you with more to do, I don't
Yeah.
even want to know. No. Let them know where they can get in touch with you because now I know they're like, okay, we need to talk about this because I want my life changed now.
Yes, and I want to partner with you to change your life now. Trust me, people, it is the most wonderful space. Please reach out to me at the number one passioninternational@gmail.com by way of email, or just call me up directly at 773-860-8424. I would love to speak with you further about this and see how we can get you towards your path of passion, peace, and productivity.